going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got the GTO on the dyno, and as you know, this LS2 isn't going to be in this car for much longer, and the nitrous system isn't going to be on this car for much longer because we're going turbo. What I want to do today is show you guys the difference between a regular window switch and a progressive controller window switch. So right now the car is equipped with a nitrous outlet WinMax switch, and it does the job, but I'm going to put it on the dyno and show you why a progressive controller is better even at a low shot of 100 or 150 shot. So what we're going to be comparing to this WinMax switch today is the NOS mini progressive controller. This controls two-stage nitrous, as does the WinMax switch. I had a custom bezel made for my GTO. It's got a nice little screen here that we can ramp into progression, and we can choose all that on our own. So we're going to do a baseline hit on the Dyno NA, and then we're going to do a nitrous hit and show you why the progressive controller is better when we can bleed the power in over whatever amount of time that we choose to bleed the power in. So the NA run, we're about to shake it down on the straps and make sure everything's tight, and then we're going to get straight into an NA pull. So the tune that's in it right now is 4 nitrous, so I'm down about 6 to 7 degrees on timing. So we'll see what it makes NA. This is how I've been driving it on the streets for quite a while. Let's go ahead, fire it up, shake it down on the straps, and then we'll do our NA pull. Tighten the straps down a little bit. This is why we always shake it down first. Coolant temps up. Oil pressure's good. Getting ready to make a hit. There it is, 438, 424. You just seen our NA run. We made really close to what we made previously on our NA run. This has less timing, and we're down about 8 horsepower or so. So now we're getting ready to turn the nitrous on, spray this pig and see what it's got, and then we're going to switch over to the progressive controller and show you the difference. Alright, nitrous system's armed, purged, and we are still sitting over 900 psi on the bottle. Now we're getting ready to install this NOS nitrous progressive controller, and hopefully we'll be able to bring the curve in a little smoother, and we won't shock the engine with that hard burst all at once. I just got this put in. This is just a temporary setup because, like I said, the nitrous is coming out of the car, but I'm just going to run over with you real quick what I've done. So we'll go to the gear icon here, and then we go to the nitrous configure, stage 1, setup. We've enabled. So we're going to come, the nitrous will start at 2,700. It will shut off at 6,250. Our ramp builder will come in at 10% and ramp to 100% over 3 seconds. 30 seconds is the longest duration it will spray. Our TPS, we'll set our TPS, minimum voltage, maximum voltage. We're going to fire it up, spin it up on the dyno, and see how the progressive controller acts on when it gives us our numbers here. See what it does. All right, guys, so we just went over how I set up this progressive controller to ramp in from 10% to 100% over 3 seconds once the vehicle hits 2,700 RPM. Pretty sure everything's in there correctly. It's a temporary setup, so might have missed something, but we're going to go ahead and send it, see how it does. I'm here to show you the difference between the three, and then I'll close you guys out. Changes to it. Our bottle pressure is still good. Our window switch is on, progressive controller's on. We're gonna hit it one more time here. Look at how much better that graph looks. Alright guys, so I'm going to talk about a couple of things on the graph here. We have in order 1, 2, and 3 our NA pole, our WinMax switch, and our progressive controller last. I need to kind of dial the progressive controller in a little more. I'm running out of time tonight though, but this graph will show you all the data that I'm trying to tell you. So just for starters, on my progressive controller switch, on the big end here, my Nitrous shut off because I don't have it completely dialed in yet. It needs to do a firmware update and stuff like that. Hey guys, I'm gonna jump in here just real quick and explain a couple of things. So what I want to explain is I was thinking about why was it down on power on the progressive controller. So I went back the next day, the vehicle was still on the dyno. So we went ahead, fired it up, warmed it up, and made another pull. And what I realized was that the vehicle was actually running a little bit lean because the fuel solenoid wasn't responding properly to the progressive controller. You have to tune in the frequency, and that's just something that I hadn't done yet. Another thing is that the RPMs were off. The controller itself was reading 6,500 or whatever, and it was actually only pulling about 5,300, and that's when it stopped spraying nitrous. There's a couple of things that I could really mess with and get the controller dialed in if I want to, but the nitrous is coming off of this car, the motor's coming out of the car, and I really just wanted to show the data of why a progressive controller is better than a regular window switch. Not too focused on the horsepower numbers here, more focused on how the power comes in. What I want to point out here is we have our NA run, a nice smooth linear curve, kind of falls off at the big end, and then our next run we did was our window switch. And you can see right here, 3,000 RPMs is where the nitrous starts spraying, and then it comes up, and it comes up so fast and hard, it's like, hold on, what's going on? And it kind of dips off, it'll fall off just a little bit again, and then out the big end. I'm not 100% sure what this dip in the middle is. That might have been knock as well, because of how hard and how fast it's coming in. But if we look at our progressive control run, the nitrous now is acting more like a turbocharger, so to say. So we come in, we're mimicking our NA run, we hit about 2,500, and you see we break away from our NA power, and we just climb. I'm climbing. It's still kind of linear when the nitrous shut off here. I need to kind of work with this a little bit, but more than these numbers, what's important is how the power is coming in. What are you looking at in the middle? This is cool, you know, to get all this power all at once, but is that usable power? You're on the streets, you're going to kick the tires off, almost definitely. And when you're coming in like this and you're pulling hard all the way to the top, this is usable power on the streets, or honestly even at the track. So you can launch in first gear and, you know, kind of spray coming out of the hole. If you're launching at 4 grand, as soon as you drop the clutch and your controller comes on, and it sees you're over 2 grand, it can start spraying 15%, you know, or 10%, and 10% of 150 shot is a 15 shot. It's not much to spray coming out of the hole, and it'll ramp in, and it'll be a lot safer for the motor. This right here is cool, but it's hard on an engine, guys. That's hard on a motor. That's a wrap for this video. I hope you learned a little something today. I know I sure did. I've never really messed with a progressive controller before, but I knew the benefits of a progressive controller, so I wanted to give it a shot, and I wanted to show you guys the data. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed seeing this car make a little bit of power on the dyno. So coming up here in the next couple of days, we got a few videos coming out. So please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you don't miss any of this content that's coming out. Leave me a thumbs up. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to try to get to all these comments and reply to these comments. So I appreciate all the subscribers I already got, and I appreciate everybody who's about to subscribe and help grow this channel.